Hello there. Hello. My goodness, guys. I am so excited. I have to start with this. Just let me start with this. I was on 58 subscribers, and that is because I was, off my YouTube and I was not really active. And I started again. I posted my first video this year on Tuesday, and I asked you guys, please, let's push, let's share, and let's get to 100 subscribers before the end of Wednesday night. And listen, I thought I dreamt high. Y'all are on levels. I woke up this morning. I'm shooting this on Wednesday. Today is like Wednesday. I woke up this morning on 124 subscribers. And it's all thanks to you. It's all thanks to you. You watched the videos, you liked, you shared, and they liked and shared. And Yazin, guys, thank you. I had to start with that. Thank you so much. And big ups to the person that's going to comment on this video first. So whoever comments on this video first is the one that's going to get the 100 rand reward that I promised if I get 200 subscribers before Wednesday night. Yeah, so big ups to you if you're the first person to comment on this video. And if you're not, wait for 200. Maybe I might just, you never know. Just make sure we grow, guys. You give, I give. Tata, ngikuphe, ngiphe, uthathe. Eqond. Yeah. Hello mates, my name is Tohle Maduma and welcome to my channel. Another moment, another time, another opportunity for us to learn, know more and share more. If this is your very first time hanging out with me, oh well, welcome. I am hoping that today you'll find a reason to stay and join this family officially by hitting that subscribe button. And of course, do not forget the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a video. To you, my returning subscriber, well, welcome back, family. Thank you so very much for your loyalty. We are here because of you. You've been spreading the word and I appreciate it. Without wasting any time, let's get right onto it. Alright guys, so as you can see from the title, let me tell you more about Adventist. Disclaimer, I am a Seventh-day Adventist. So a Seventh-day Adventist is somebody that belongs to the denomination called Seventhday Adventist, which is part of a Christian community that believes in the seventh day, Saturday, which is Sabbath, that God sanctified it, ordained it, set it apart as the holy day. As we know, when God created, he created in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested and he sanctified that seventh day. And we believe that seventh day is Saturday, which is the Sabbath, right? So yes, that is who we are. And I would like to tell you guys more about us. Well, these things that I'm going to tell you guys today, it really depends on like levels of how deep you are in the faith in our church. So not everybody does them, but it's more or less along those lines. Yeah. I wrote these things down because there was no way, I'm not gonna act smart here. There was no way I was gonna remember all these things. Right? Number one, as I said, we believe in the seventh day being Saturday. So we go to church on Saturday. That is our day of worship. And because we go to church on Saturday and we believe that we shouldn't do any work on Saturday, it is a holy day. It is a day that God set it apart for us to worship Him, give Him praise, honor Him. We do not therefore do any work on Saturday. We do not engage in any chores, in any activities that are all about pleasure or labor. We also do not buy on Saturday. We do not engage in all those things. We are at church the whole day, guys. And in preparation of this, Friday before sunset, that's when we do all our chores, including cooking, right? So we cook on Friday, and as we cook on Friday, we don't just cook for our Friday meals, we cook also for our Saturday meals. Why? Because we eat at church. Like I said, we are at church the whole day, so we eat at church. And then Friday sunset, we usually have what we call Sabbath welcome, where we would sit as a family or as a cell group. Cell group usually is when people around the same neighborhood come together and they study or worship or praise, or just do anything really. It could be a lesson, it could be one person sharing a sermon, and they usually meet Wednesdays and Fridays. So in those moments, people would come together and welcome the Sabbath, right? And then, like I said, we are at church the whole day. When we are at church the whole day, we have many services. And that is why, like, I believe as Seventhday Adventists, we don't really get it when people just go to church for like 2 hours. We're like, really? What? And also people don't get us, like, how the whole day, like, guys, are you finishing the Bible? Like, literally, that's like the impression that people get. Are you guys studying the whole Bible? What's going on? But we have so many things that we do at church. So typically our day starts at 8 o'clock. We have like prayer band, morning manna. Anybody that would like to come together and pray, they would go to church around that time. And 9 o'clock our service starts with song service, and then after that we have Sabbath school, which the Sunday churches will call Sunday school, right? And it is divided into 2 segments. So the first segment, you will have 1 or 2 to 3 presenters sharing a little presentation, really, for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then from there we will have a lesson, and as that lesson is being conducted, we would have divided into groups according to ages, right? So we will have the adult class, we will have the youth class, we will have the ambassador class, we will have other classes like your kindergarten, all the ones for the younger kids, I forgot them. But yeah, people are divided into groups according to ages, and then that takes place for around about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and then from there we go back to church. Not that we were outside of church, but like we go back to the main hall, right? And we have song service again, we have announcements in between, then we have our divine service. So our divine service, that's where we get the sermon, right? And we also get our offertory reading, and we get the opportunity to return our tithes and offerings, and of course, like I said, the sermon. Okay, and then from there we have the song service. Like, that one is really to wrap up, like closing song, and then we separate for lunch. So most people stay in church. Most people, like a good 95% of people stay in church, and we eat at church because we have prepared the food. So we didn't just cook food for Friday, we cooked food also to eat at church. So we eat, we sit in groups, and we eat. Usually the food is brought to the church, and there are ladies or sisters who go to the kitchen and dish for everybody in the church. So we likely eat the same food. After lunch, we come back and we have classes. So either the church is going to have a discussion as a church, the youth together with the adults, and usually vele the kids, like those ones who are under the ages of 16, they will have their own classes separated again according to ages. Literally the whole afternoon from 2 o'clock up until boma 4:30 to 5, and then we all come back to the hall again for Vesper. Vesper is the last sermon that we get before we leave, right? And that happens just before sunset, and then we depart. That's basically our day at church. And within those lessons, as we have separated in the afternoon, like there's a lot that we learn. We study the Bible extensively. We don't have that one thing where there's one person who studies the Bible and comes to tell all of us what is going on, and we just take. Unfortunately, like of all churches that I've ever visited, the Adventist church is one church that you don't want to come and lie. People there will correct you. You have to really read the Bible for yourself. The other fact about the Adventist church is that we do not have one pastor, right? So we don't have one person that's responsible for the entire church, and like are limited to one branch. We have many pastors, and those pastors like have churches that they are responsible for. Rather, let me say branches that they are responsible for. So you'll find that around the Rodiport area where I live, there are 4 or 5 churches, and you have a pastor maybe that's responsible for those churches. And then you find another person in Soweto. In Soweto, there are so many churches, and it can't be one pastor. So still, even within Soweto, it will be divided, and a pastor is responsible for a certain district, right? That's how it works. And even though there is that one pastor, it's not that pastor that's always preaching in the pulpit. No ways. Like we have elders, we have deacons, anybody in the church that's baptized, that reads the Bible, that understands the doctrines of the church, really is allowed to preach. The sermons are not limited to a leader, basically. Anybody is allowed to preach. Okay? The funny thing is that most of us as Seventhday Adventists, right, we go out on dates Sabbath night. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like usually Sabbath evening, and this is Saturday evening, we go out on dates. And when I'm saying dates, guys, I'm not saying umjolo. I'm literally saying hanging out with our friends, or even as families. Like we usually go out on Saturday evenings. There's just that thing, man. After church, you come together, especially like those ones who have the advantage of worshiping in the same church. Like it's always beautiful. For some reason, you're just going out after that, right? Talking about going out, Adventists, like I said, this doesn't apply to every Adventist, because it depends on how convicted are you when it comes to that particular thing. I just had to make that disclaimer, right? But typically Adventists do not party, they do not go to clubs, they do not drink, they do not smoke. They really don't do all those things. And then we also read a lot of books from a lady called Ellen G. White. So Ellen G. White was an American author and also one of the founders of the Seventhday Adventist Church. I will tell you guys all about her one day. But all you need to know for now is that we read a lot of her books, and honestly, they have changed lives. Actually, one of the books is the book that I reviewed the other day, The Great Controversy. Check that book out, by the way. Talking about books, right? Some of the books that singles and almost married would read, that you would find from an Adventist. You'll find books like The Adventist Home, Messages to Young People. I can't remember the other one. Letters to Young Lovers. Hey, yeah, people who are now thinking, I'm shadow, marriage is coming forth. they start investing in those books, guys. There's a lot to learn. Definitely, there is a lot to learn. Information that is there, the advice that is there is so powerful. The Adventist home, it really gives you a practical way of having a home that honors and praises God, and yeah, I love it. And also, now that I'm still on singles and almost married, so in the Adventist church, we don't usually say dating. We refer to that whole thing as courtship. And those who really, really practice courtship, right? Really, I have to say really, really practice courtship with the understanding of what courtship is, because it's very different. Like, we were taught that there is a difference between dating and courtship. So those who practice courtship, they do not get physical in any form and shape, guys. They are 1 meter apart. 1 meter apart. Some of them even go with like chaperones, guys. They don't go out to dates alone. There's always somebody chaperoning them. And once they get into the courtship, like, someone from your family has to know that you are in this courtship. It can't be a secret. It can't be a secret. And when I say physical, I don't just mean, yo, I thought of a word that I should use. And I'm like, nizomjaja. Ngiyajajana phela nina. But they don't have sexual intercourse, right? That's not just what physical is limited to. This includes any sexual activity, anything really sexually immoral, right? Kissing is not allowed. I don't know how you would define kissing, but kissing is not allowed in courtship. All those things are reserved for marriage. So these are the things that we believe in, and there are so many benefits to it. Hopefully I'll have a video to why it is important to maintain sexual purity during courtship, and the importance of involving people that are more experienced in your journey of courtship, because some of us think love is blind, and love is not blind. True love is definitely not blind. The other thing that we don't do, we do not wear jewelry. So you would not find Adventists wearing earrings, necklaces, and stuff. If you are to find one, they are wearing a ring. But again, it depends, like I said, levels. Some don't even wear rings at all, but they would be married. Man, another thing about Adventists, most of us, we are vegetarians. So again, levels, right? So we have vegetarians, we have vegans, and we have plant-based. I have to explain the difference. So vegetarians, of course, are the ones that don't eat meat, but they do eat things that come from animals, like dairy, okay? Whereas vegans, they do not eat meat or anything that comes out of an animal, but they do eat processed foods. And then plant-based eaters, they are organic. Those people make their own yogurts, ice cream, and whatnot. And of course, we will be learning all those things in my channel. I'm so excited to share them with you, for you guys to know that part of my life. Yeah, so that is the difference. So as a result, at church, meat is not cooked. That's another topic again for another day. We don't eat meat at church. It's not cooked. We do not serve it at all. Talking about other things that we don't do at church, we do not wear trousers at church. Yes, you will find some other Adventists wearing trousers during the course of the week, but you will not likely find anyone wearing a trouser at church. And most of the things that are worn, they cover up, no cleavages showing or arms. If you do find people wearing these things, I'm not saying they are not Adventists. I'm just really here mentioning according to majority, okay, and typically what our beliefs are. And then we are like natural hair advocates. I feel like we are the one church where you would find people with natural hair. Yes, some may have weaves on them and whatnot, but barely do you find people with relaxed hair. Barely. Like, people have natural hair underneath whatever it is that they have on their heads. We are advocates. I really feel like we are advocates of natural hair. And that is because we really encourage a lot of natural things, hence natural foods. Don't eat anything processed. Don't eat foods that come from an animal, because you don't know what the animal ate. Eat things that you have control of. Yes, we live in a world that is modernized, and you are not likely to find things in the city, food in the city that's not GMO, but try by all means to eat organic food. So we are natural things advocates. Most of us do not wear makeup. Synthetic hair like amahephisi, your weaves and whatnot, there are those that put them, but most don't. We should be ambassadors of the fries, Tsako, Checkers and Pick and Pay, because I see our tenga. Yeah, one of those sausages, the vegetarian Viennas, the vegetarian burger patties, the vegetarian pies, all those from that brand, from fries. You find it at Checkers and also at Pick and Pay. Iowa advocates, ambassadors should be us. Yes, I should approach them because maybe they should sponsor my YouTube channel. Yeah, so that is because we don't eat meat. So those who are vegans would have that, and those ones who are plant-based are not likely to have that because it's processed soya product. Talking about soya products, we have a love-hate relationship for soya chunks and lentils, guys, and beans, because these things are cooked almost every single Sabbath in church. So like, you love them, you hate them, because it all depends on who cooked them and how they were cooked. Sometimes they're like, yes, these are the best lentils I've ever had. The other days are like, rice ingenalutho. It's fine, I'll just eat this rice as it is. It's fine. We don't dance at church, guys. You know how I'm in the spirit, Jesus is power. Oh yeah. We don't do that. We don't do that in my church. You are likely to see it mostly with young people at concerts. Like, they would have singing groups coming together and having a concert. Adventist singing groups coming together and having a concert. Yes, you will have that. But in church, no, we don't have that. And we like singing groups. I think the most favorite days of any Adventist or most Adventists would be music day and guest day, because there's a lot of music. Different groups are brought in. Some of you might know Reality 7, you might know Hashmail, you might know Sweet Symphony, you might know Shower Power, you might know Senziwe, or at least I'm just mentioning the ones that I know, because I don't know singing groups, I just know the music. Yeah, so we have lots of those, and of course we enjoy the music. And funny enough, most of the people that converted to being Adventists, they will tell you that they came into the church through music. So I guess we sing well, huh? But don't ask me to sing, please. And about songs, we sing songs from a hymn book. So typically, if there is no singing group that's presenting in front and we are singing as a congregation, we would be singing songs from a hymn book. And for our sermons, we usually have an interpreter who is interpreting from one language to another. So if somebody is preaching in English, you would have maybe somebody interpreting in Zulu or Tswana or Xhosa, depending on the language that is spoken by many people in that particular congregation. And last but not least, we have a membership of more than 14 million members in more than 200 countries around the world. So yes, we are an international church, and we have been existing, I can't remember the very date, but around 1840 something there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but around 1840 something, we have been in existence as the Seventhday Adventist Church. And of course, we have grown, and there is a lot that God has spoken through the church, that God has done through the church. And I am really hoping that some of you who knew nothing about the Adventist Church, or who used to know something about the Adventist Church, or even are at the Adventist Church, you will learn more and believe in what I believe, in the sense that it's not the church that makes the rules, but it is God. It's God that makes the decisions, and the church adopts those laws and commands and statutes and say, this is what we believe in from what the Bible says. That is it from me. If you have any questions, please do comment down below. Any comments, I would like to hear from you. If you're an Adventist, please do let me know if there's anything that I left out. Yeah, actually, I feel like there is something that I left out. Oh yeah, yes. We do not pray in tongues. We do not believe in tongues, particularly praying in those, I don't even want to insult anyone, kind of tongues, right? We believe that tongues is different languages that you actually understand or can hear. I feel like so many of those things that I mentioned today are definitely topics for another day. But yeah, in the meantime, just know that we do not believe in tongues, or at least how most of the churches interpret them. I am going to leave now. I'm going to end this video now, okay? Because this can go on. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Until next time, have a good one. God bless. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't already, subscribe. Show me some love by sharing. And do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. Have a good one.